Hello, Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from the LDS Conference Center. The wind is blowing my pant leg up. Anna, you didn't see that. Sir girl, Allison, you girls knock it off. I'm going to put my nets in my lap so you can't see nothing. You nasty girls. You're on Santa's naughty list. There's no doubt about it. You are on Santa's naughty list. I'm just going to leave those there in case I want to get some nuts. Anyway, Sir David the Bard coming to you from the Conference Center, and here in Salt Lake City, the Mormon pet shelter, I guess you would call it. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, I've been thinking seriously, which only lasted about 20 seconds, and then my regular life kicked in, about how Jeffrey Holland. Now, Jeffrey Holland signed my BYU degree. I've been asking for my money back ever since, and they've been asking for the degree back ever since. But you know a Mormon, you can't get money out of them. Mormon is like like shit. It runs downhill. They don't give money back. So anyway, I have a wonderful interview that I've set up with Jeffrey Holland. And as you know, he was not only the president of BYU, but he was also a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in Utah. So this man didn't just fall off the turnip truck, now did he? Well, here's some of the questions that Mitt Romney is sitting beside him. They're right here in the office studio. And I just thought I'd ask Mitt and Holland some of the things about their belief system that now has been exposed by the Mormon Church. And both of them have been very responsible people, highly intelligent people. I mean, these are guys that are coming out of Harvard and other kinds of places. So anyway, thanks for coming, President Holland and Mitt the Bit. No, Mitt the Clit. I don't. What is your name? Your nickname? Clit Mitt. Okay, whatever. I never heard that on TV before. Anyway, let me ask you two. You're both very college educated. Holland, you were Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in Utah. I mean, you're no dummy. And Mitt, well, you were state president. And you ran for president many, many times. Like Joseph, you didn't win, and no one killed you. Now, here's what my serious questions are, gentlemen. Your church or corporation, it's not a church, it's called the corporation, the president of the corporation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's not a church, it's a corporation. Anyway, it has come out with 12 essays that have admitted some of the difficult history that non-members have been saying for years and years, and apostates have been saying for years and years, and now there seems to be some vindication. Let me ask you, President Holland, I saw you on stage with the Muppets in the Tabernacle Choir behind you. Now, considering you were a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, does that elevate your position and your spiritual, apostle of the Lord Jesus Christ? Okay, well, he's not answering that question. Let me ask you that. Let me go simple here. Let me go simple. Okay, Joseph Smith has been said to have found some gold plates, and he took them home and he translated them into the Book of Mormon. Is that correct? Oh, Mr. Romney says yes. Okay, now, let me ask both of you, where the hell are the gold plates? You don't know. Okay, well, did they blow away 200 pounds of gold? Did it float away? Moroni, I don't know what his last name was, but anyway, Moroni, he took them back to heaven. Why would he do that? Oh, Brother Romney, to test our faith that there really was gold plates. What if there wasn't? Never mind, that's not a question. You don't have to answer that one. Now, isn't it true that your church has said now that Joseph Smith had less than a sixth grade education, and of course both of you are extremely well educated. He translated that golden plate book by putting his head in a top hat and staring at a magic rock. President Holland, what the hell are you laughing at? And Mitt, why are you looking at the wall? Now let me tell you, gentlemen, if you came to most stupid people in the United States and said that a man stared into a hat at a magic stone and translated golden plates, what level of intelligence would you have to go to where people would believe you? Maybe 4 years old, 3 years old. Anybody over 3 or 4 years old thinks that's a little silly. Well, and you do too. Okay, but it is your church, according to what you both say. Now, the distinguished honor of running for president of the United States, Mr. Mitt. Let me hold my nuts. I know. I'm making mistakes here. Anyway, Mitt, your church has also come out with a truthful statement that the garments, the underwear that you're wearing, I can see them right through your white shirt there, the happy face, the missionaries call it, they don't protect anymore. Now, when I went to the temple, I remember when I stepped into those garments, the old boy there that was looking at my weenie, he said, this will be a protection to you in this life and the life to come. But Joseph Smith said that Moroni didn't have anything on underneath of his shirt like you do. Can you explain any of this? Oh, you're just shaking your head. No, you can't. Okay, that's an honest answer. No, you can't explain it. Okay. Now, President Holland there, let me ask you, one of your essays said that Joseph Smith had 30 to 40 wives. Why are you looking at the ground? Is there a message on the ground, sir? Anyway, one of them was 14, Helen Marr, and Sister Winchester was 15, and there were a couple of 16-year-olds, and then he married 30 so women that were already married. Is that what your church believes in? I don't know what this means, sir. I don't know. I do know slitting my throat, the pale in the ale, but this, I don't know. Anyway, let me go on to another question here. Mr. Romney, if you became president of the United States and you had to, I know that because you don't like blacks, you would wash the button off of the nuclear button that every president holds his hand on, and I know that, nigger skin, you don't want to touch where nigger skin. Okay, I agree, you're right, okay. So you would have your hand on the nuclear button of the world, which could destroy the whole world. Do you think that your church saying that there was now a change, that the black people did not sit on the fence, that the black people were not the mark of Cain, and that the black people should have had the priesthood and full fellowship before 1978, but they didn't because the Mormon Church threw Brigham Young under the bus and said he was a racist? Is that how you felt back then? That Brigham Young was a racist? Or did you really believe the Mormon Church saying that God didn't like those people because they had black skin? Okay, well, he's not answering that. There's a lot of questions here that are not being answered, folks. All right. Now, let's go on to the gay population. Oh, Mr. Holland, don't be doing this. Just sit there. Don't be shocked at my questions, because your church has put out the information, not me. All right. The gay people. Brother Holland, your president, Jeffrey, whatever new name. Is your name Jack the Ass in the temple? Anyway, I wasn't supposed to reveal your new name? Okay. Anyway, these gay people, you never thought they were going to get married, did you? Well, I agree that you didn't. Now they're married. Are they going to be able to go to your temple? hell no is a pretty strong answer. Okay, I'm just in there. Now, let me ask you this. Is there one piece of evidence, gentlemen, that the Book of Mormon has any archaeological proof? President Romney, you found a coin when it was a Mexican coin or Lamanite coin. Okay, that's pretty big proof. Brother Holland, he says he ain't seen shit. So anyway, now let me ask you one of the last questions here, because I don't want to humiliate you any more than your church has already humiliated you. They've taken you from these noble towers of pizza and dropped you in the shithole. So anyway, let me ask you this last question. Now the book of Abraham, Joseph Smith was sitting on his porch one day, and a mummy vendor with a wagon, a salesman came by, and Joseph stopped the wagon and offered to buy a mummy. I think he paid $1,200 for that mummy, which was a lot of money back then. And then he said he translated the book of Abraham, and it was found to be in Reformed Egyptian. Now, every time I say that, when I'm talking to Mormons, I have to do, there's Reformed Egyptian. That's how it's spoken, and you have to move like that to speak it. And Joseph said that it was a book about Abraham, written all about Abraham, and it's called the Book of Abraham, and it's one of your doctrinal sources. In fact, I think you call it the triple combination. I don't want to go into the name of triple combination, but anyway, the missionaries carry around what they call a quad. I've had a quad bypass, so that's 4. Okay, and the Book of Abraham was part of your scriptural foundation of your church. That's correct. Both of you are nodding your head correct. Now, there was some good news that came along called the Rosetta Stone. Both of you are saying it was not good news. Okay, so now we have the power and the ability to interpret correctly Egyptian. And now there's no Reformed Egyptian. And the Egyptologists have read the Book of Abraham and said it has nothing to do with Abraham. It said, it's basically a death prayer or death kind of a ceremony. And all the pictures in there have nothing to do with Abraham. And your church has said, that's true. It's a piece of shit. Okay, they didn't say shit in the essay, but I'm interpreting it. It's fake. It's false. It ain't there, folks. Okay, now you're shaking your head for it. Okay. Now, my last question. Are you two both so ashamed and embarrassed that you believe this shit that you would come out and say, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, I was hoodwinked, this thing is definitely a cult? Oh, neither one of you would. Well, let me ask this then, normal people would go, you two are fools. Brother Romney, you say you get over $1 million from the Mormon Church in perks and privileges, and you ain't no fool? Homie, don't roll that way. You're not giving your money up. Well, I understand that. And Brother Holland, what'd you say? You'd be unemployed? Jesus. It's made a damn fool of every Mormon who has ever been a Mormon, and I have to include myself in that because I was a Mormon for 50 plus years, and I'm willing to say it was a farce, it was a fake, and they got me. They got me. The cult was so good, they got me. So, President Romney, do you think that running for president again, you have any chance? Believing in magic underwear and top hats with magic stones in them. You don't think so? I don't either. God damn. I can't see you in front of other kings and presidents all over the world, and they're wrapped with turbans and aprons, and you're wrapped in underwear. But I don't know if they believe they're magical. So anyway, I thank both of you for coming to the bar tonight and interviewing with me. I just want to give you a healthy Pele and ale, and oh God, hear the words of your voice, and health and enable to you, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins and in the sinews, power and priesthood be upon you and upon your posterity, through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. And President Romney, when you went to the temple, it was the same time I went to the temple, and we said we would never reveal the signs, tokens, and symbols of the temple. Rather than do so, we would suffer our life to be taken. Suffer our life to be taken. So I guess you're not going to admit this is one of the biggest circuses you've ever taken your kids to, and you're one of the the ringmaster. So anyway, I appreciate both of you and coming here and telling us that it's shit and you're embarrassed. Okay, the Bart is gone.